Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking the time to spend a little time with me. I always appreciate that. And of course, guys, we got to go into the film room, man. You guys knew this was coming. We got to get into the film room. We got to look for the good, bad, ugly, and different, whatever. You know, back to the basics. I'm going to throw these videos at you guys from time to time, but this is what I used to do back in the day. And I will continue to do this regardless of how well a game plays or how bad a game plays or what have you. I will always bring it back to where it originally started, and that's just going in, taking a look, and breaking down some football. Now, first piece of feedback here. Look at Matt Fowler here. Now, guys, this is, you know, preseason here. But we got to clean these trenches, man. We got to get these trenches to be more dynamic. Get away from, you know, the two-man animation where you can be drawn in the animation and things of that nature. You know, I think the trenches is one of the next hurdles that we have to attack, or the devs have to attack in this game. And, you know, I'll save this for a separate video, but, you know, that just caught my eye, and I know why it's happening. There's a little fluky right there. You know how their interaction starts, ends, and then restarts again. This looks a little crazy. Now let's talk about RPM. Now that's going to be basically the crux of this video, the main point, the meat and potatoes, if you will. RPM is doing a lot of good things, in my opinion, in Madden 19. But I think the areas to address, you know, going forward, and I don't know if these things are patchable or not, so I'm always going to say going forward, is they have to allow the ground and the surface to match RPM. You understand what I'm saying? Because real player motion, real player movement is happening, but what you also are seeing here, while you still get the glide situation from time to time, is because it's the way the feet or the body is animating across this virtual surface. I think what they definitely need to shoot for is they have to find a way to ground these players to this virtual surface. And again, I know it's a video game. I know it's not something that's easily done. I know there's some games that do it better than others, but they have to find a way to deliver this, because making that ground live and a living, breathing thing will do wonders for RPM. And we're seeing it in this game, guys. There are times in this game where you see phenomenal player movement and it's respecting everything. But again, there's going to be some animations, or, you know, just the way they animate across this virtual field, you're still going to get somewhat of the sliding and gliding effect, because again, I don't think it's the player movement technology, it's the way the RPM is laying on top of this virtual field, like you see here. You know, the way the guy is moving and animating, and, you know, his steps is being accounted for, good stuff. But again, you know, people are going to definitely do like I'm doing here. We're going to take a closer look at it, and we're going to say, well, you know, it still looks like they have the slide and glide effect from time to time. You know, like I said, you don't see it all the time, but there's still situations where you see it here. And I think the second piece to that is transitional animations. There's sometimes I'm seeing some of the transitional stuff is not necessarily there, where they transition from one, you know, movement to the next. It seems like it's missing a frame, or something is missing, and it creates, you know, some awkward motion at times. You know, you see it a lot when you're turning. It seems like there's a small presence of turnstile or turntable movement, if you will. But like I said, this example here is showcasing some of the area of concern, but I also have examples that I'll be showing where the player movement is phenomenal, definitely on the ball carrier. So again, I understand that this is the first year for RPM for Madden, and, you know, allowing player movement and the quote-unquote true step technology being placed on all players at one time. So I understand it's going to be a growing process, but there's my feedback on it, and hopefully that's something that can be addressed. Alright, guys, so that's going to put a bow on this video. Just remember, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, click on those notifications, hit the like button, and we'll definitely be back with you soon with some more content. Alright, until next time, let me know what you think. Peace.